What up? What up, people? Let me see. Let me boom. All right. Always got like two setups. So I got Instagram right here, Facebook right here. Actually, I got Facebook and YouTube, two Facebook pages and YouTube right here. Instagram right there. We live. Let's get it. Let's get it. What up, y'all? It's another beautiful day. It's really my first day of the new year. I've been on vacation. You know what I mean? I've been on vacation chilling. And so it's been great. It's been great for me to take some time away. And I'm back though. I'm back 5th of January and I'm all in. I'm here. I got IG. I should probably move IG right here. Let me do this. Boom. There we go. Put y'all right there so I'm not like reaching over the joint. What's popping though? What's popping though? Tiwa, what's good with it? What's good, sis? I miss y'all, yo. I miss y'all. What up, Facebook? If you on here, like drop a comment, let me know you here. I'm about to give y'all some updates on what's going on with me. I'm super excited about the new space that I'm in. I feel healthier than I ever been in a long time, like for real, probably ever. But I'm good. I'm good. So I got my little list of things I need to make sure I cover in front of me. So 2022 is here. Josh Miles, I'm back in the saddle. This is my first day back in office. I literally kicked off this morning with a client in like what I thought was going to be a pretty like low key meeting. It ended up being kind of a little intense, and I was like, okay, let's get it. Let's get it. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So first thing first, for those of y'all that follow me, you know that this is weird. Like y'all right here, and it's whatever. It is what it is. It's yeah. I don't know. I kind of want. I'm gonna, you know something. Let's do this. I'm gonna put it right there, just so I'm at least looking in the same direction of both spaces. There we go. All right. So for those of y'all that follow me, y'all know that I run a marketing agency where traditionally I've stepped in and I just help clients build whatever it is that they need built from a marketing perspective. A lot of times it's you need new strategies, you need a new offer, like what you sell needs to be like more robust. It could be back end automation. That's like my superpower is the back end automation piece. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I help companies grow and scale. And so the last, I've been doing this since like in the marketing space. I've been doing this honestly since 2015, 16. But like running a marketing agency has been since 2019. In the 18, beginning of 19, up in there. And so like I've seen my personal company just continue to grow and scale, which I'm grateful for. But also seen other companies grow and scale and kind of built like a little testimonial hub of like people that have seen results from what I've done. And so I'm grateful for that. Whenever somebody trusts you with their business, it's like a big deal. You know what I mean? So I don't take that lightly. But as I've continued to grow and develop, I'm like, so how do I help more people continue to get better and to grow? And traditionally I've been, like I said, I'm an agency. That's like the high ticket stuff, the stuff that just typically more expensive because I gotta put my time into it, and so it just costs more. And so one of the questions that I had last year was like, how do I help people grow and scale that may not have the 5 figures to pay me to work on a project for them? That was like one of the questions that I had to answer. And so I ran a masterclass where I taught all year long. Every 2 weeks I went live and taught the people that went to masterclass the marketing strategy end to end. So I'm teaching. I have a whole framework for like what marketing is for your company. If you follow the framework, it's very simple. Marketing is not complicated. Like, how do I get leads? How do I convert those leads into customers? And how do I get those customers to continue to spend money with me and to continue to get whatever result it is that they're looking for? How do you do that from a marketing perspective? I got a whole framework that I teach. But like I said, traditionally, it's you got to pay me for my time to actually come and just do it for you. I taught the masterclass that gave me the space to kind of be in like a coaching, teaching space, teaching the very strategies that I use for clients, for myself, and saw good movement and whatnot. But I was like, how do I now I'm teaching it, but how do I teach it to the masses? How do I get more people in this? Because I'm passionate about seeing entrepreneurs win and be successful. And so what I've decided to do was like the masterclass was cool, but that was still just like 2 nights a month where I was teaching this stuff and you were kind of on your own to implement it implement what I was teaching. What I'm doing now, I'm adding coaching to the services that I offer. So you don't have like the 5 figures to go invest with me for one project over like 30 to 60 days. Then it's like, okay, well, cool. What does it look like for you to get coaching from me? And so that's the next thing that I'm offering. I'm super excited about being able to step into the coaching space. I'm only taking like a limited number of people that I can coach, because I like, there are people that are coaches, and it's like you try to coach everybody and you're really not helping many people because you still aren't able to speak to their specific issues. You kind of just like, you got a call with a gang of people on it, and they're not really getting the help that they need in their business. People don't make movement. I'm all about, like, I need people to see movement. I need your numbers to go up. I need the number of people that you help to go up. I need growth happening, people to be in momentum and moving forward. That's what I want. So my coaching program is capped at 20 people at a time. It's 20 people at a time. Some people may say, Josh, I need you for the next 12 weeks. Bet. Work with me for 12 weeks. Some people may say, like, now I want to be all in for the year. I want to work with you for the year. That's option two. That's an option too. And so, I got a couple different ways that people can get in, but the coaching program is like a maximum 20 people at a time. I've got 4 times a week that I'm gonna actually be doing my coaching, and no more than 5 people per cohort or per group in those sessions. And so I'm super excited about it. At the end of last year in December, I ran for the first time my Fire Your Boss boot camp, where I'm trying to help entrepreneurs who are still in that 9 to 5 but are looking to get out, right? You got some entrepreneurs that are like, no, I love my 9 to 5. I'm never leaving this thing. I'm good, but I still got my business on the side that I want to slowly grow or whatever. It's like, that's cool. That's really not who it's for. It's for the entrepreneurs who are like me 5 years ago, who are like, I got a business, I got entrepreneurship leaking out of my DNA. I need to get out this mug because I'm tired of coming to work every single day, building somebody else's thing. I want to work for myself. There's that person too. That's what I'm targeting in the Fire Your Boss Bootcamp. So, if that's you, fireyoursbossbootcamp.com, you can get in. We're running it again on the 17th of January. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of people saw good movement. I'm making some small shifts and tweaks in how I teach the information from what I learned the first time around. I think a lot of people were like, yo, this is like information overload. My goal was not to just like make you a fat head with information. The goal was to have you make movement and move forward in your business. What up, Portia? Was to see you move forward in your business. And so that was, I'm running it again. Friday Boss Bootcamp is running again, but the group coaching is also kicking off, and that's actually this week. So I'm adding coaching to my services. So it's almost like the middle ground between my free stuff and my high-end stuff. You got coaching like right in the middle, where like, okay, cool, I need to spend more time with Josh. I need to get more of his expertise on a regular basis, but it's not just from a project standpoint. What up, Megan? It's not just from a project standpoint. It's from that I'm getting coached by Josh, and then I'm having him like literally give me the next step. I go and implement. He's giving me the next step. I go and implement. Give me the next step. I go and implement. I'm all about like people being in momentum. So many people in business, like 90% of businesses don't last more than 5 years. A lot of it is because people just get stuck and you don't know what to do next. If you had somebody literally tell you like, okay, here's the next step, then you probably wouldn't get stuck. That's the name of the game. I'm trying to see people moving and like making money in their business and serving people in their business. What up, AB? And so that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. That's why I'm adding coaching. This is by far the best thing that I've offered so far in regards to people being able to get access to my brain and my time without having to spend like a ton of money on the front end, having me just do it for them. So that's like, if you're interested in getting coaching and moving your business forward, that's what you need to do. Sign up and apply for my coaching program. There's an application process. I don't just take people just because you want in. You got to actually be a good fit for the program. All right. So that's my way to weed people out. I need people that are serious, that are ready to go. I literally like let go of some clients this past year because it was like, I'm not even taking people's money who aren't do the work. You can keep your money. I need y'all to like be all in and doing the work for your business and for yourself. You know what I mean? Like and I also realize I'm not like the mindset guy. I'm not trying to help people like believe in themselves and like want to do the work. I need people that are like, nah, I'm with this. I'm motivated to do the work. I'm ready to go. Like, just tell me what to do. Right? Like, that's the people that I'm looking for. Like, you kind of like, man, I struggle to just wake up in the morning and just kind of get it done. It's just like, well, I'm probably not your guy. They got mindset coaches that are great at what they do to help you get your mind right to get ready to do the work. But that's not me. I don't do well motivating people. I need people that are like, yo, all in. So that's the name of the game. So I'm adding coaching to the list of services that I offer. That's the first big thing for 2022 that you didn't see in 2021 was Josh as a coach. Coach Josh, I'm here in the flesh. Let's get it. Um, the other thing is I restructured my business so that I can serve people no matter what their budget is. Like I said, traditionally, if you didn't have at least 10 grand, it was just like, sorry, I can't help you. Now I've structured my business that no matter what your budget is, you have $0 and still get access to me. You say, I don't have no money to spend. Like, how do I get access to you and at least get introduced to what you can do for me and get some value there on that end? We got more stuff. The Fire Your Boss Bootcamp is the first piece. I've got some freebies coming. I'm about to roll out a couple mini courses that are going to help people just like get going. I'm realizing that like I'm not the dude that's going to like, I'm not the guy yet that is going to be able to tell you how to take your business from $1 million to $10 million, right? That's not me because I haven't even done it myself yet. I am the guy that can help you. Yo, I've got a business idea. I've got something that I really want to launch. How do I actually go and launch it? What do I need in place to actually get going? I am that guy, right? I can help you. How do I get my business to 6 figures consistently, right? I had a client last year, went from like literally her business grew by 300% just by implementing systems. We didn't change anything. We didn't change what she offered. We didn't change who she sold it to. We didn't change none of that stuff. All we did was implement systems and her business grew 300%. And she was saving time. She was working less. Like imagine that. Imagine your business is growing by 300% and you work less. Like who wants that problem? I do, right? That's a great problem to have when you implement systems that do the heavy lifting for your business and move your business forward. You see that kind of traction. What I've done is built pieces to my business that I can offer somebody that says, I got $0 to work with, Josh. What do I do? Cool. You need to get in this program. Fire Your Boss Bootcamp may be a good fit. Or grab one of my freebies, right? I'm about to roll out a couple mini courses that are going to be like $7, $25. I got a couple things coming, but one of them is going to be like the business, like a business starter kit, right? If you want to start a business, I just had a conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago. I got this business that I started. I got my LLC. It's set up, but like, what do I do next? What do I need first, right? I'm gonna have a course that just lets you know what you need to do next. It literally gives you the step by step on what you got to do next. If you want to start a business, right? I don't know what to do. I've never done this before. What do I do? Boom. Follow the model. It's real simple, right? I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be like real low ticket. It's not like $1,000, $500. It's like $25 to listen to Josh teach on what do I need in place to get my business going, and that it's like structured in the right way. That's gonna be something that I offer. I got the Fire Your Boss Bootcamp, right? I've got the coaching piece. I've got my agency still. So I've got a range of things that people will be able to step into. And now I don't have to like leave people behind because you can't afford. Like money is normally the biggest reason people are not ready to work with me because like you just can't afford it. And I know the value that I have. And prices just went up, right? I just started charging more to get my time. Like prices went up across the board on all of my services. I went back through my price sheet and said, what are we charging for this? What is it worth? To be honest with you, if I charge you 15 grand and you gonna make $150,000, like that's a huge win, right? I know my value, and so prices went up. That's just yesterday's price is not today's price. Your prices should be going up if you're getting better at what you do. And I invest a ton of money into my own development, into my own success. And the more I learn and grow, the better I'm able to serve my clients and everybody who follows me from a coaching perspective, or when I'm doing stuff for somebody. It only makes sense that I would charge somebody premium pricing for the service that they're going to get from me because you're getting a premium service. This is not like why do people pay somebody to validate their car, right? When you can just go park it yourself. Well, you want somebody that's going to like do all the stuff, the heavy lifting for you and make sure it's done right. Right. I don't want to go try and get my car in this tight space and have to walk to the restaurant. Like I'm gonna just have somebody do it for me and let them take care of it. Premium service. I heard somebody say this once, like nobody's looking for a discounted heart surgeon. Why? I want the best of the best. Whatever they charge, I'll pay it because of the fact that I know they're gonna do it right. They're gonna solve my problem and get me out of the situation that I'm in so that I don't have to keep living like this no more. A lot of us as a business, we try and go cheap. And we just duct tape stuff together, and we got these janky systems and these like half-ass pieces that we've put together. And it's just like, yo, won't you invest the money into getting a system that's going to actually like help you make money and save you time. That's the name of the game, and I just know the worth of that now. Not that I didn't before, but it's like one of those things when you start seeing people's results, it's like, oh snap, I think I'm undercharging. Prices need to go up, and so that's what I did. January 1, I kept telling people. Somebody just reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, the quote that you gave me," and I'm like, "That quote don't apply no more because one, that was like it only applied like 60 days anyway when I gave it to you." But you know what I mean? Now it's 2022. Prices went up January 1st, and I literally just gave 2 quotes today with new pricing, and everybody's like, "Oh, you charge more than you used to." Yes, absolutely, I am. So that's just the name of the game, and so but I have structured my business where you can't afford the Josh do it for me, right? The done for you service that I offer. Guess what? I can do it with you, and you can get coaching, or you can just do it yourself and watch the courses that I offer and follow the model that works too. But I'm offering stuff. There's a spectrum now, and I don't have to turn away business, and I don't have to turn away people because my biggest goal is to see people be successful. And I don't want to have to turn people away just because they can't afford something. And so I'm intentionally creating a spectrum of services that I can offer that help people continue to move forward. So that's all intentional. All right. Wins and losses from 2021. For me, the biggest win was seeing people actually walk away from their job and make movement in their business. That was a huge win for me. If you know me, I'm passionate about seeing people get results. If you're not getting results, I don't get excited, right? One of my mottos is if I can't help you make money, I don't deserve yours. When you start making money, that's when I'm like, okay, bet this is working like it's supposed to. Like they got a whole bunch of people that be perfectly fine taking your money every single month, and you not seeing any results, or you're not doing the work and none of that stuff. I'm not that dude. Like, keep your money, keep all your stuff, like whatever. If you're not seeing results, then like I don't know why we're working together. I need people to see results, and that's why I'm like highly invested into people like being like be all in. I'm not the mindset guy, but be all in for your business and invest the time, invest the resources. And if you pay me to help you, then I need to see you get results and seeing an ROI on what you pay me, because I'm not for just taking people's money. Not that guy. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not shady. And so that's the name of the game, right? So that was a huge win for 2021, was seeing people actually make movement in their business. The losses from 2021, I'm learning how to be a manager, or having people on your team that you help to navigate certain spaces. Had a few different people work with me over the course of the year, and you just start realizing that it's like, like how I weed people out in regards to how I bring them into my business. That's one thing that I'm growing in right now, like just learning how to like what people fit based on their skill sets and how do they fit into your organization. There's a book called Traction. You should buy it if you're an entrepreneur and a business owner. He talks about having the right people in the right seats in your business. I'm learning how to do both still. Typically it's just been me. So it's just like cool. One person that's been phenomenal, like for me, is my executive admin, Megan. She's like fire, like hold me down, will get stuff done, needs very little direction. Like I love that stuff. I had a few contractors that I work out to, like graphic design and whatnot. Like phenomenal people that I'm working with from a contract standpoint. And so continuing to just bring people in that fit the value system for my company, continue to bring people in that aren't like what's the word, like y'all embody everything that One Stadium stands for. So we bring you in because we want to see you add value to our client work, even if you're not directly engaged with the client. That's a big win for me. Another win that I had this year was we ran a campaign for one of my clients. They got nominated by Chick-fil-A as one of a handful of companies throughout the country to win some money for like it was a competition essentially. In just 3 weeks, we got over 2,100 leads for them. I think that's gonna turn into a really big deal for them, because I mean, imagine getting 2,100 leads for your business in just 3 weeks. Like the model that we used was fire. And so just like seeing them, just that result is a big deal, because when you have a database of 600 and then in 3 weeks you quadruple that thing almost, that's a big deal when your database grows that much in a short amount of time. And for them as like a 501c3, it's gonna be a huge deal for them to be able to go and request funds and get donors and donations and all that kind of stuff. That's gonna be fun. So wins, losses. I think on some level, losses are like me not charging enough. It's like, dang, I should like, and I know you grow in scale, right? I get that, but when you see people's results and like you really start understanding that it's like, yo, this stuff is working for people and they're seeing movement and traction in their business, it is a loss when it's like, yo, I should probably be able to put more food on the table than I am because I'm just not charging enough. And as a business owner, you got to charge more. So that was one of the wins that's like, yo, we changing this day one, 2022 hit, and we changed the model up a little bit and we started charging more for our done for you services. So those are some of the wins and losses. Still learning how to structure my time in ways that make sense. What I found was as an agency, a lot of my time was still getting sucked up. And it's like I don't have the time to spend on one stadium like I want to. And so Q4 was like a huge one stadium focus. And I only have one client right now that I work with on a month-to-month basis. And that was very, very intentional, where it's like, yo, we're gonna kind of cut some of the dead weight, where I keep my time and focus a lot of my time on my business. And I got this other one client that I'm super excited. They have a fire vision that I can get behind. It's like, okay, cool. I'm working with them on their vision, and helping them continue to move forward. But everybody else is just going to be project work. It's done for you. And then everything else is going to be coaching. And so a lot of what you see in 2022 is going to be one stadium focused, where it's like, okay, Josh is in the coaching game and he's helping people in that space primarily. And so a lot of wins and losses, a lot of growth happened in 2022. This is by like I've invested more in my development and in the development of the company than I ever have before, which is great. Which means that you just got the resources to do so. And so I'm continuing to grow and learn. That's just something that I'm loving the journey of me picking up new skills, making small. And at this point, it's not really like drastic things that I'm learning that's brand new. It's like those turn the dial 2 degrees, turn the dial 3 degrees, and you just tweak, and you start finding that it's like, oh snap, like bullseye. I'm hitting this thing like head on now, rather than what I'm saying, trial and error on some different things. And that's more in my business. Like I'll never do that with clients, but it's definitely where in my space, in my own business, I get to try stuff for the first time. You get good at it, and then you go roll it over to a client and you start using it with them because it works. All right. So wins and losses. That's a lot like of the one stadium focus, of what you can expect in 2022. So just know that if you need coaching, if you need marketing help, all that stuff, got a range of services, and for a few different places where you can fall in. But we've built it so at this point there shouldn't be anybody that's like, I don't really fit anywhere. It's like, well, you either have more time than money or you got more money than time. Based on one of those two things, whatever bucket you fall into, here's one of the best ways that you can work with Josh. Oh, a big one. We're about to start offering financing. I'm partnering with a financing company where people can actually get stuff paid for anything above $5,000. You can finance it if you want to, rather than having to have the cash, and whatnot. So that's gonna be a big one, if people want to move forward and not have to walk away. So that's actually coming probably towards the end of January. I got some meetings I still got to sit in and finalize that, but that's gonna be cool to have some of the more high ticket things be able to get rolled into the financing space. So that is that piece. So that's all one stadium focus things. Let's now dig into a little bit of the personal side on some stuff. So most of y'all know that I have a son with autism. He has done phenomenal since 2000. I'd say like 16 is what really turned the corner, and like the results that he's seen as a child with autism have been like night and day from what's typical. All right. I am like super passionate about helping parents of kids with autism. I got my business that I run, but I'm a man with passions and desires in the whole nine. And one of them is to see kids with autism just have a space to thrive. And there's so much stuff that is just not known. Like it's funny, and I don't even realize it sometimes. So I start talking to people about what has been done with him in effort to help him just thrive as a child with autism. And they're like, you should like teach this stuff, or you should like help other people. And I'm like, dang, I just take for granted what I know. And so what I'm doing is rolling out a program for parents of kids with autism. And I'm really trying to and I'm gonna run this kind of as like a client of mine, where like it's all marketing, right? Getting the right people in that need this stuff. But I'm I'm launching a program that really gives parents of kids with autism, parents or guardians of children with autism, the resources that they need to really thrive. So the name of the company is Unlocking Autism Now. It is it's super, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited about this, but Unlocking Autism Now, I'm gonna give parents just and guardians the tools that they need in order to unlock autism. If you think about autism, typically we think about autism as a spectrum, and we think about it as like a linear where it's flat. It's really not like what the spectrum is. It's more of like a 3D type model where it's like, man, if you think about somebody's brain, you're like, how does somebody's brain work, and how do they sift through information? How does information filter through their brains, right? Well, with autism, what I found is that one of the reasons children with autism have autism is because information goes in, doesn't come back out, right? So there a lot of input, which kids with autism have high sensory needs, right? A whole lot of input, very little output, or the output is not typical. The key is, how do we unlock autism? I remember my son, like, I was sitting there one day when he was like struggling. This is like before he was even like 5 years old. He's 10 now, but before, like, it was just, man, how, like, I want to know everything that's going on in his little brain of his. How do I like get access to that? Because there's so much that I feel like he wants to say, and so much that when he like is in a good space that comes out, it's like, oh snap, I didn't know you do that. Like, those are the things where I'm like, yo, how do I help? How do I get access to that? How do we get this more consistently, right? A lot of times we label people as like, yo, well, you're autistic, and it's almost like, it's like, oh, poor little kid. And it's just like, nah, man, like, he's brilliant. He sees the world in a different way and experiences it in a different way than I do, and that's okay. I just want to unlock it and tap in to everything that he had that's going on in his little brain of his. How do I do that? That's the name of the game. And so the name of the company is Unlocking Autism Now. The goal is, how do we help parents and guardians unlock autism in a way where they experience their child's potential and their child's greatness in a real tangible way, and aren't stuck sitting on the outside just like, well, he's just yelling, or he's just stimming, or he's just not, or he or she are not really thriving right now, and we just got to deal with it. No, how do we unlock autism? So it's like, yo, all the stuff that they learn actually comes out in a meaningful way, and like, the world gets the benefit of what they have to offer, right? Like, people see the eye that my son draws. They're like, yo, that's crazy. I just showed it to somebody this weekend, and they were like, he was 8 when he drew that, and I was like, yeah. And they were like, that's nuts. Like, the eye looks almost as good as like your real eye. It's like so detailed. And so, like, great. How do we get more children with autism to tap into those type of skills where it's like, yo, we never knew you were an artist simply because it was just trapped in, like, in here. How do we unlock it in a way where it's like, yo, now, like, when you pick up a pencil, crazy stuff happens, and the world gets to experience how great you are with a pen or a pencil or whatever it is that a child is good at, right? How do they get to experience that in a real tangible way? So Unlocking Autism Now, I got a whole program coming. Super excited about that. That is going to be a lot of fun. You can actually go to unlockingautismnow.com. You can sign up right now and kind of get on the wait list for the resource that I have coming out. But if you want to do that, get on the list, and I promise you, you won't regret it. So Unlocking Autism Now. You can also follow the page at Unlocking Autism Now on Facebook or Instagram. So all that stuff is already set up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun when that rolls out. And so you'll see me functioning in that space. That's more like the dad side of me, where you get to see Josh not as a marketer, not as a business owner, just as a dad that's passionate about his child being successful and thriving, and trying to take the journey that I've been on, and all the things that you should do, and warning you against the things not to do, kind of giving it to you on a silver platter and saying, yo, here's the model, here's the framework that you need to follow if this is something that you need. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You'll see more of that coming from me soon. Can't wait for y'all to experience that. All right. This was my first year as a solo dad. I didn't say single dad. I was like, yeah, I'm just solo. You know what I mean? I'm just solo. I'm parenting my kids by myself a lot of times, because they live with me when they with me, and they with their mom when they with her. And so that's been dope. My first full year doing that. It's had its ups and downs. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where I'm like learning. Like, I got to organize my personal life like I do my business life, right? I got to organize my schedule when they're with me and like get them out the house and not be like I've never been like scared to leave the house with my kids, but I got 4 kids under 10. You know what I mean? Like I'm out of the diaper phase. That's been fire. I just pulled the plug on all the pull-ups at night. Like, yo, y'all use the restroom before you go to bed. Do not wet the bed. You know what I mean? And just trying to help them continue to develop and grow. But it's my first year like doing this solo. You know what I mean? I've cooked more meals in this year than I have ever in my life. It's been crazy. Like just figuring out like, yo, like, and my kids have certain allergies and different things, so I got to get creative with how we do meals. But I'm also a little less stringent than their mom is on what they eat. And like my daughter, right now we in the middle of like trying to figure out like, yo, what's the best sushi spot in Houston? And she like loves sushi. She got like expensive taste buds, but I love it. And it's like, yo, we'll go grab sushi once a month on our daddy-daughter date, and it's like that's just what we do. And so just exposing them to different things, taking them to breakfast, taking them to different restaurants. We try different places, different experiences. I went to New Orleans with 4 kids by myself over the summer. Like road trip, 6-hour drive, 4 kids by myself. Had to pack the suitcases, bags, everything. Go stay in the hotel, find food for them to eat every meal, the whole nine, like solo. You know what I mean? Like when I say it's like slow dad life, I mean, it's been crazy, but it's been again learning, growing, developing, continuing to make steps forward in the lane that I'm in right now in life. And so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I love my kids to death. You probably see them all over my page. They are amazing. They're getting older. The baby is 4. Darius is 4. I just had him up here earlier today, took him to get his hair retwisted because he's got locks like me. And those different types of things, you know what I mean? So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. They're growing, developing. In regards to like the divorce, they like have done phenomenal overall. You know what I mean? Like nothing. How was that, Christine? Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to be a dad boss. But you know, my kids have done phenomenal when it comes to just transitioning. You know, the last few years for them was nuts. And I think like this is the part of the first year that they're like settling in, and it's like, okay, cool. We got new rhythms. They still got a lot of questions sometimes, but they're also just thriving. My daughter was like, she's in gifted, and she's the #1 student in her class right now. My youngest son, he's started preschool, and he got like student of the quarter for Q1 in his class, and his teacher is kind of like yo, like what did y'all do to help him like know how to count to 100 at 4? You know what I mean? Like just different things where it's like, yo, you see the Lord's grace and his kindness on us. And so this, you know, it's cool. It's cool. This is, you know, it's not for the faint of heart, but having 4 kids is great. I love all of them. And people, I don't know, people ask me sometimes, they're like, yo, how you do it with 4 kids? And I'm like, what else would I do? I got 4. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a choice. You figure it out like everything else. You know, one of my good friends watched. Shout out to Corinda. She dropped her 2 off with us one Friday night so she could hang out with her husband Shad. And they like it was crazy because it was like it hit me like in the middle of watching 6 kids. It was like I got 6 kids here, and I didn't like blink when it came to like when she was like, "Yo, can you watch my kids for me?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like we'll be at the crib. Like just bring them over." And it was just like, wait, I'm watching 6 kids. Like why is that not a big deal or a problem for me? And it's just like, yo, it's just not, man. You know what I mean? Like life is too short to be like tripping. And it's just like, yo, no pettiness. You know what I'm saying? We staying away from all the drama and all the smoke in 2022. Drama free, sucker free, all of that. And so it's cool, man. I love my kids, and I'm, you know what I mean? I don't by no means do I think I'm like the greatest dad of all time or nothing crazy, but it's just like, yo, when you're a dad and you're invested and you're present and you're focused on making sure your kids have what they need and all that kind of stuff, it is what it is. It comes to territory. So that's the deal. So that, you know, first full year as a solo dad, that's been fun. Some of y'all probably have seen I'm dating right now. That's been amazing. My girlfriend Olivia, she is phenomenal. And you know, it's been fun stepping back into that space, and it's different when you date at like I'm 36. When you date at 36 versus when you were 21, 22, 23, it's just different, man. Especially I was in a different space, even in like my faith and how I move. I was like I had a lot of rules and legalisms, all kind of crazy stuff back in the day. And now it's like you just like you're free to just like yo, like we don't have to trip out on everything. Like we can just live and stop bugging. You know what I mean? And it's just fun. It's fun. She's dope. My kids love her. They met her for the first time on my birthday, and then she came out here in November, beginning of November, and got a weekend with us. And so my kids like love her to death. Which I didn't know how that was gonna go. I was like you just never know, you know what I mean? And you know, I eased into it. It was one of those things where it's just like, hey, daddy's got a friend. She's, you know what I'm saying, she's coming out for my birthday. Y'all get a chance to meet her. And like we did some stuff with the kids, and it was just like very like nothing like high, like we gotta have these deep conversations. It was like, yo, we're going swimming. You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. And then when she came out again, it was just like I kind of like brought them into like, hey, daddy's gonna be dating her. And it was crazy, like watching them just like respond to that and like be like excited, you know what I mean? And it was cool. It was cool. And so that's been new. That's been new. It's been fun getting to know somebody and like seeing somebody that like shares the same a lot of the same values. We in the same rhythms and in the same what's the word? Like we just like vibe. We vibe on a real high level and it's just good. It's good. So I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Because like that could go all the way like sideways. You know, but it hasn't, and I don't take that for granted. And that's all like shout out to the Lord, shout out to her. And also I got 4 kids. Like it ain't like I got like one, you know what I mean? It's like I got 4. I remember one of my friends asked her, she was like, yo, talk to me about like what makes you want a man with 4 children. And it was funny. To me, it was funny. But it was just like, yo, like how she even responded to that and just like had like an answer. That was like legit, like a legitimate answer. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like no bullshit. It was just like, nah, like you really answered the question in a way that like the person even that was asking it was even like, dang, like okay, like I respect you. You know what I mean? And like got nothing but love for you for that because it ain't for everybody. Which listen, I ain't for everybody, so that's fine. I'm for her though. So anyway. I love the season that I'm in. I'm like shoot, I'm a whole year of therapy and counseling and healing from a lot of things, learning, relearning myself, reestablishing rhythms and routines that I can act like say like, yo, this is me. And I'm not, nobody's forcing this on me. Nobody's telling me to do this. I don't feel pressure. Like learning to stop living for other people's approval. Like I have, listen, more than any time in my life, I feel okay to tell people no and feel okay to say like, okay, it's cool if you see it that way or whatever, but I don't have to agree with you and we can agree to disagree on this. Feel more free to do that than I ever have before. And it's been so freeing. It's been super freeing to not try and like live up to other people's expectations for you. I read a book and it was saying how Jesus like was okay not living up to people's expectations. And he literally walked through like you had Jews that had expectations of him. You had his parents that had expectations, his disciples, all Satan, all these people have expectations of him, and Jesus is perfectly fine saying like, "Nah, I'm good on all that." You know what I mean? And learning to do like, yo, what's gonna just please the Lord. Listen, you getting the best version of me on that side of things. I'm good. And so it's just freeing, and so I love it. And it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I think that's all for the 2022 updates. You know, it's 2022 is gonna be fun. I'm excited about the journey that I'm on. I'm excited for the people that's taking it with me. I'm humbled by anybody that wants to take it with me. If you're looking to get coaching help, all that kind of stuff, cool. If you just hear it and it's like, yo, I don't really need none of your coaching services. I don't need your help on nothing. I just like following the journey. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. I'm as a spectator. If you kind of like, I don't even like you, Josh. I'm just being nosy. Like that's cool too. You can like, you know what I'm saying? Like tag along. We going places, so if you don't want to go up in space and see a rocket ship go in the air, you might want to get off and take off the seatbelt. But we going places. So I'm super excited about the journey. It's just it's good, man. Like God is good. It's a good day to be alive. And as the Bible says, like the grace of God is sufficient for us. I really believe that, and I found that to be true myself. It is sufficient, and by no means am I perfect. By no means do I have it all together, but I am grateful for the space that I'm in currently. And so that's what we do. So I hope you have a good night. I'm about to go. I got a meeting in an hour and a half, and then I'm going to meet my ex because we co-parent like some gangsters. You know what I mean? So we got to meet up. Try and meet up once a month and talk about the kids and stuff. So I got to go do that. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's like for real. Like if you got to co-parent with somebody, like try and have it be as healthy as possible. I think, you know what I'm saying? Even though we didn't work out, like co-parenting has been good. You know what I mean? Like we took the kids to the movies last week. We're about to meet up and discuss what's going on with our kids. Make sure we're on the same page and make sure we serve them as best we can. And so just those type of things, at least, you know what I mean, are like good rhythms to be in. And so that's the name of the game. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. 2022 is about to be one for the record books. You know what I'm saying? Come hell or high water on all the great things. Like I'm just here for it. And like I'm learning to you receive and accept all the good and the bad that comes with life. And so it is what it is. Like God has given us this life to be enjoyed. And so if it's not enjoyable, at least learn from it. Everything's not enjoyable, but learn from it, grow, develop, and whatnot. So that's the name of the game. Facebook, I appreciate y'all. All the people that tune in. IG, what up? And so yeah, y'all have a great night. I'm gonna get off of here and then go handle my business. So I'll talk to you soon. Peace.